Welcome back to the HoodCast.
The opinions expressed on the HoodCast are those of the guests and the host. They reflect no inference or agreement by Hood Tech Productions or Hood Tech Productions LLC or HoodCast LLC. The information presented on the HoodCast is not intended to offend any race, creed, religion, sexual orientation, or nation of origin. Please listen at your own discretion.
It is now time. It's time. Get ready. Let's do it.
What it do, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Hood Tech Presents the HoodCast. www.hoodtechproductions.com. Oh, yes, is this a special HoodCast today, baby? This is HoodCast 334. We got a good special guest up in this thing. But before we bring our guest in, let me bring my co-host in this thing, William Biggums.
What's up, people? How y'all feeling tonight?
No relation to Tyrone Biggums. Yes, what it do, world? What it do on this very special HoodCast? What's been going on, Biggums?
Man, it's been a long weekend. I haven't had a weekend where I was looking forward to Monday so I could get some rest. So, and I'm excited about this show tonight. We got a very special guest with us. And I've been trying to get this man here for a minute, and he finally agreed to arrive, and it's an honor and a privilege to have him. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right. So, Biggs, should we bring him on in? I mean, it's in the title, so people know.
I think the fun is in anticipation. But actually, before we bring in our guest, I asked a question on Twitter today. I said, what does EPMD, Prince, and Beyonce have in common? And people couldn't answer me, but when I answered them, they were surprised that he would be here tonight. So I am proud.
Is that a little bit of a haterade?
I know. No. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like one of those people who he's like the Watcher. Remember the Watcher on Marvel? This guy who could see everything because he was everywhere. He's that guy, but everybody don't always see him. He moves briskly about the scene. The industry knows him, but a lot of the consumers don't. But after tonight's show, we hope you're gonna learn something. We are honored and privileged to bring to you the legendary, the impeccable, the perfectionist himself, one of the baddest turntablists I know. He's been the tour DJ for Beyonce, band member for Prince, and a starting DJ with the legendary group EPMD. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Diamond, the artist, is in the building with us tonight. Sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Can y'all hear me out there?
That's right.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Loud and clear. We got the legendary DJ Diamond.
I bring my personal announcer with me everywhere. I gotta let him do his thing.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the world's most electrifying DJ. Is that me?
That must be you.
I think that's you. Hey, bro, I need one of them, man. Hey, yo. Can't be a boss without your own intro.
Yeah, my man walking around with his own. I need that when I walk in the grocery store. I just want to hit a button, let everybody know I'm there. Everybody know I'm in the building. Here to get apples and bananas.
Every time I'm around, man.
DTA experience.
I let the people experience it. You feel me?
Damn.
DTA experience. If you don't know who he is by now, did we lose my man? No.
I think it was too much experience.
Yeah, too much experience. We got to get him back. Let me get Diamond on here so we get him back.
Presents the HoodCast.
So there you go. There you go.
Man, we lost him. He got too much of an experience.
Okay.
We have too much of an experience. Diamond, man, first and foremost, thanks for coming, man. You have had a history in hip-hop and continue to, not just history, but presence in hip-hop that is continuous. Like, so yeah, I'm not counting you out. You're not done yet. This is a case of definitely giving you your flowers while you're here. But tonight's
Thank
show,
you,
man,
I appreciate that.
I want to really get into your travels because if you're in the New York area, I don't know what happened to them. He keeps disappearing on us. The man is on such call. But if you're in the New York area, you'll know that your DJ's favorite DJ is DJ Diamond.
Your DJ's favorite DJ.
Your DJ's favorite DJ is DJ Diamond. He's been on turntables since he was in diapers. I'm hoping we can get him back here. What happened to him there? Lost one there. Reach out to him real quick. Yeah.
There you go again.
He's back. Is he back? Yo. There you go.
Yay.
What happened? What happened there? Well,
So
as I
listen,
was saying,
when we get cut off, can y'all still hear me?
no, you completely blacked out. It was like, whoop, it was gone.
Using Wi-Fi instead
wow.
instead of what you call it, aren't you?
On the Ethernet, maybe?
Yeah, I got the super what you call it? I got the 1 gig joint.
Oh, we know you good. We'll work through it, man. But listen, I was telling him, I was
Super
like,
fiber.
you've always been like one of those people that I want. Okay, I'm losing this guy again. What's going on here?
That's what it is. We're gonna wait till he come back.
Right.
But until he come back, world, yo,
let's play some music.
we gonna play some music?
Here he is. He's back.
Oh, we don't play no music yet.
Nope, we're playing music yet. Hold on a second. There he is. All right, don't move, Diamond. Don't move.
I'm not moving.
He's like, I'm not moving. This is happening.
He's like,
we was fine for the whole 15 minutes before the show started and nothing.
I know.
So
I know.
Y'all added some extra sauce or something going on?
It's the feds, man. It's the feds. They always try to shut us down.
Right.
So,
we'll be trying to tell the truth, son.
Yeah, we tell the truth. Sometimes it gets you in trouble. But what I was saying was, tonight I definitely want to delve into your travels through hip hop, through your experiences, through the journey you've been on, because a lot of people won't. 99.9% of the people in the world won't get the view that you have.
Right.
They simply won't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from where you see the game, it's like being the head coach on the floor. You know, that's why I've always seen it. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, this happened and that happened. I'm like, I know a guy that was in the room. I know the guy that was there. He got to make these moves. He's seen it. And to have you here with us tonight, man, is just like, you know, you've been cutting in and out, so you didn't get the full bouquet of flowers I was trying to give you. But tonight we're gonna delve into what it is you're doing, where you've been, and what you got planned for the future. Because you always strike me as a guy that's got a next plan. Always got a next plan.
Oh yeah,
I know you.
Definitely.
I know you're out right now DJing about. You was kind enough to squeeze us in your schedule when you got home from on the road. What's your next stops? Where were you coming from?
I actually just came off of a cruise. I was DJing on this cruise called the Disco Cruise, which is pretty dope. Got to play some disco music. I ain't done that in years, so that was kind of dope. Yeah, I'm a fan of all music. You know, I get booked so much for always the hip hop stuff, and then I do get booked for other stuff like open format. You know what I'm saying, where you could kind of like touch on it. But this was like an all disco cruise. I mean, I went way in my disco bag for this joint. You know what I'm saying? I was hitting my Sylvester. I was hitting, you know, I was hitting. Yeah, I mean, I was hitting the Brother Johnson.
Yeah.
And I was heavy on them Bee Gees, and you know what I'm saying, I was going.
So that must have been the Grown and Sexy cruise right there.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, it was grown. It was grown. It was.
You say it was grown. That's all I can say. It was grown. It was grown.
It was definitely grown.
Yeah, it was grown. 60s, 70s cruise. That's definitely a good time, man. How long when you out? When you go out on junks like that, how long are you usually out for? A couple days?
Yeah, that was a 5-day joint.
Wow.
Yeah.
DJ every day for 5 days?
4 out of the 5, yeah. Yep.
Wow. Well, hey, they hired you to work there and hired you to come be on vacation. That's what's up.
No. I work. I like Big Daddy Kane. I get the job done.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
When you're doing those corporate events, is it one of those things where they're like, hey, we want you to come here and play music? Here we go. He went out again on us.
At least he went out on the question.
There he goes. He comes back.
I know what it is, though. I know what it is.
I think it's
Wi-Fi.
Hold on, I gotta get it. There we go. What I was saying was, when you go out on those, not even
I can't see me anymore. Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we see.
Yes. Oh, you
okay? I can't see me, but that okay. Now I'm coming. Okay, now I can see me.
I think it's a little lag in there sometimes. What I was saying was, when you go out on these events and they're booking you, are some of them saying, hey, we want the DJ Diamond, we want the DTA experience, and come do your thing, or is it one of those, hey, like you said, this was a 70s crew, so they expect you to run the disco music.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, I've always been a DJ that never DJ'd for particularly myself. There's a lot of DJs that DJ for themselves. They're like, you know, this is what I play and this is what I'm going to play. And it works when you have a crowd that comes out that wants to really hear what you play. But when you go somewhere and you have a crowd that's kind of like on a particular vibe, if you don't know how to shift what you do to cater to their vibe, then you're going to look like trash. So if I don't went on a disco cruise playing a bunch of Grand Poobah and Gangstar, I don't think that would have went over so well with that audience. You know what I'm
probably
saying?
Wouldn't have been invited back, that's for sure.
Right.
Oh man, we keep losing my brother. This is crazy.
Yep, but I mean, he'll be right back. There you go. Hey, one thing about it, he's persistent. Yeah, he's not going nowhere.
He's not going to quit on it. Now you got your controllers.
You know
Go ahead.
I'll tell you what. Why you know what I'm saying? Let's shift gears for a second. I know y'all got your talk thing that y'all want to do. Y'all do that. Do that for like 5 minutes, and let me go find an actual wire and see if I can hardwire in if that is the case. Because I never had this happen before with the super pads that I got, but I don't want it to keep happening. I want, before we get really into the interview.
I got you. No,
there you go. Yo, guess what we can do though? We can play a little video.
Yep, let's run a video. We are not going to let these technical issues get in the way of this legendary interview. We'll be back.
No, we are not, world. Oh, let me. He kind of threw me for a loop there, so. All right, here we go. Well, we'll be right back after this.
The HoodCast.
Man, I lost my granny, I'm mad. I'm selling the shit to feed my family. Folks gon' be on my ass. They gon' give me that book and lay me down. They ain't finna give me no pass. They take my dope, we kick down doors. I'ma just give me a mask. In other words, nigga, I'm bad. I nigga reload them 50s. Sit back, record, and thumb through hundreds. This for the niggas in the trenches. You know they call me the bad man. You know I gotta keep my glizzy. Don't fuck with snakes, I kill a slime if a nigga ever claim me history. And we feed them the rats in the kitchen. Was stealing for I picked up a scale. Before my nuts dropped, police got me. The whole try to take me to jail. Ain't shed a tear, I took the blame. Always knew I was gonna be solid. Then fast forward, nigga, 2018, a nigga almost witnessed the body. Now I walk with a Glock on my body. Man, I lost my granny, I'm mad. I'm selling the shit to feed my family. Folks gon' be on my ass. They gon' give me that book and lay me down. They ain't finna give me no pass. They take my dope, we kick down doors. I'ma just give me a mask. In other words, nigga, I'm bad. Man, I lost my granny, I'm mad. I'm selling the shit to feed my family. The folks gon' be on my ass. They gon' give me that book and lay me down. They ain't finna give me no pass. They take my dope, we kick down doors. I'ma just give me a mask. In other words, nigga, I'm bad. I'm a badass nigga like Mike. Ain't never been scared to put up a fight. You can get here with a right, or you left on the pavement and sleep through the night. I walk with the demons at night. I know I'm a star and I still shine bright. Now that's a little bitch that I like. She light skin bad and I ass it right. I ain't never been scared to take me a life. I'm a goon, I walk with my pipe. I make music for niggas who like getting money. Talking about 20s and 50s and 100s. Nigga talking about he getting to the back, he lying. Nigga stop, you need to be honest. Like John Wick, dive to the side, I'm fine. I still gon' serve me, huh? Man, I lost my granny, I'm mad. I'm selling the shit to feed my family. Folks gon' be on my ass. They gon' give me that book and lay me down. They ain't finna give me no pass. They take my dope, we kick down doors. I'ma just give me a mask. In other words, nigga, I'm bad. Man, I lost my granny, I'm mad. I'm selling the shit to feed my family. Folks gon' be on my ass. They gon' give me that book and lay me down. They ain't finna give me no pass. They take my dope, we kick down doors. I'ma just give me a mask. In other words, nigga, I'm bad.
Hood Tech presents the HoodCast.
We call it Arkansas. I got my niggas, they with me, BG and Starkansas. Yo, put my city on the map, I'm finna pop it off. One of the finest, pretty face with a sexy wall. And if they ask me where I'm from, I'm screaming for a city. And I ain't asking for no handouts, I'ma go and get it. I put on Gucci and Tommy, I like them well fitted. I keep my business to myself, bro, I don't tell bitches. My mama told me, baby girl, that you gon' make it in life. I'm doing shit I can't believe, I swear to God, she was right. Shout out to my nigga Kato doing the thing. So much talent in my city, yeah, the Lord in my state. Stay again.
but you ain't really gotta go that far. For that good gas, it's right here in the all glass jar. I'm talking about real pressure, high as astronaut. Never no complaining about what they bought. Consistency is the key, that's what I was taught. Constantly getting cheese, yeah, them big old knots. Exclusive weed from overseas, guaranteed you caught. Leave your ass Japanese, what the fuck you thought? It's Fat Michael, for a city veteran. Shout out Yako G, Big King, then my brethren. All about our 39, you know dead president. I'm from AIK, don't let the AI spray your residence.
Stay again and work in Arkansas. A lot of killers, they be showing love in Arkansas. And I be smoking on the best bus into Arkansas. Hey, a lot of people gonna remember us in Arkansas. Oh, Arkansas. Oh, Arkansas. I got the pull up till the rocks will smoke or some. Pressure.
True blue money, long ride, 20-something. Blood diamonds on my lip, but they ain't give me nothing. Had to get it out the mud with all the dope hustling. Trapping out the NASCAR, yeah, I had the bando jumping. Have good gas in the pad like a sick go. You see the traffic, how it move like a come and go. Loud pack, but I got it all fully loaded. Competition, man, we bumping head like some Billy Goat. Got plenty money, but I'm
A-State represent. We have returned. Second segment of Hood Tech presents the HoodCast, number 334, with
DJ Diamond, the artist.
the artist.
Diamond, you back with us, brother?
Artist. Is he with us?
Yeah, I think he's still setting up some areas. The man's back in the building.
Yes, sir.
Can't keep a good sound tech man down.
Right?
Man,
Can't
listen,
do it.
I went through hell and high water to find one of these wires, and this wire is plugged up directly, and it's lighting up. There's lights going on, so I know it's seeing it.
Oh yeah, we should be having no more problems. We should have no
That's
problems.
what I'm saying.
I want to jump right into it though.
All right. I like that Arkansas. That was dope.
Already, I did too.
That's from the home state. You gotta plug. If you can't, you got your own show and don't plug your home state, then you're doing something wrong. You gotta show your home state some love. But I want to jump right into it, man. I first became aware of you as a DJ for EPMD.
Okay.
I remember hearing Diamond J on the cut, and I was just like, "Who's that?" How did you get started in the game? I know it's the old name. I'm sorry. I know it's copyright infringement.
Man, I got started in the game. I got introduced to turntables by my big brothers. My brothers, they're older than me. You know what I'm saying? One of them is resting in peace now. My brother DJ Maniac, and my other brother DJ Greg G is still with us. I was like the Mixtape baby. I was the parents was feeling frisky, like 10 years later, like, hey baby, come here. Hey, let me feel on that booty, and hey, come here. You know what I'm saying? So, I was born, and I was like 9 and 10 years younger than my brothers, which was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
baby. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I was, the bottle of Jameson or whatever, Johnny Walker or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was that baby. So, basically, it was a good thing though, because I learned how to fight really good, because I'm fighting dudes that's 10 years older than me like every day, and I couldn't beat them up, but the regular person on the street couldn't beat me up, because I'm always fighting these big older dudes. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. And then this was like when, I guess this was like the kind of the beginning of hip hop. I was like a baby coming into this whole hip hop thing, and my brothers, they bought turntables when they were like 18 and 17. So at the age of 7.5 going on 8, I got introduced to turntables.
Wow.
And that was it. Once I got a taste of it, I was hooked. Once I got a taste, I was hooked. And they said by the time I was like 9, I was better than both of them. So it's not a disrespect to them, because they was nice with it, but it was such a natural thing with me. How sometimes people just are naturally, like, I'm sure Carl Lewis was the fastest kid in school. Going to run to get those bananas off the tree. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Go there, all right.
Right. Or Usain Bolt. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could catch him in first grade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he goes on to be the fastest man in the world. It's it's normal. You know what I'm saying? So I just had natural abilities on the turntables, and I loved it. So that was the combination right there. It was the combination of this. I know a lot of kids that are great at things that they don't love, and they don't end up doing them because it just doesn't turn them on. It's not their passion.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the DJing for me, those turntables, that was everything. I couldn't sleep without them things. It was everything to me.
You're like a little kid that slept with his basketball.
That's it. That's
Boy, I know the feeling, man.
Yeah, it was love in basketball, except it was love in the turntable and the needle. That was me. You know
So now tell me, you fall in love,
right?
7. You get better than your brothers by 9. How soon after that are you DJing professionally behind a rap group in a club? Like, what's that journey like from a 9-year-old who's dope on the turntables to boom, I'm making a living doing it?
The journey started in Bushwick, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Because I was born in Brooklyn, so I'm a Brooklyn native. Even though I don't really talk about Brooklyn much, because Brooklyn got enough hot people, and you know, Long Island, we didn't have nothing until I got there. No, I'm playing. I'm just joking. But you know, but Long Island never got the, you know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
This Rakim was running around, but no big deal. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, that's why I always push Long Island, because everybody, you know, even though we got some of the dopest hip hop that ever came in the world from Long Island, people still sleep on Long Island. I don't know why they do that, you know, but it is what it is.
Notably, De La Soul, rest in peace to Dave.
Rest in peace to my big bro Dove. You know, he was dope. You know what I'm saying? But so anyway, you know, like it started in Bushwick, Brooklyn. You know, when I was 7, 8 years old, going on to 9, my brothers would take me around to block parties, and I was that little kid that used to get on the turntables and amaze everybody because I could actually scratch good times and, you know, go back and forth and do whatever. Then I moved to Long Island, and everything stopped because my brothers didn't move with me. It was just my parents and me. So now I became like an only child by the age of 9.5, going on 10. And there was no turntables, there was no nothing. I was, you know, my neighbors had ducks, and there was this rooster that used to wake us up, and I'm thinking like hip hop was over.
Right. What happened to the world? I know.
but I'm gonna get back to this. So do me a favor, ask me about going on to 10 years old again later on. I'm gonna just stick to the DJing part, but I want you to. But that was a pivotal time, me turning 10 and being in Long Island. So I'm gonna, you know, go back to that.
We got bookmark right there. All right.
But moving on. The DJ thing, you know, I still stuck with it, you know, and I was able to get my own turntables by the time I was like, I think about 12, about 13 years old. I got my own first DJ setup of my own. And by the time I was 14, I was DJing everybody's backyard parties and little high school parties and school dances. And, you know, I was just doing every dope party that could be done in the neighborhood.
Right.
And in doing that, I met a guy named Eric Thurman. Now, Eric, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said we gotta go back to 10. But let me get to answer your question. So, Eric Sermon would always come to my parties, and he'd be like, "Yo, Diamond, let me get on the mic." And I'm like, "All right, why not? You know, you seem like a cool dude. Let's see what you got." And he was nice. He was real nice on the mic. So he actually ended up becoming my MC.
Oh,
so
okay.
So at my house parties, Eric would come and he would be the rapper. So it was dope. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, you know, we was like a group without being a group.
Right. And
then, you know, later on, Eric ended up meeting Parrish, and Parrish was like, "Yo, I know how to make a record." My older brothers did it. Parrish has older brothers that had a group that was on Tommy Boy called the Rock Squad, I believe. Okay. And they had a record called The Facts of Life on Tommy Boy Records. So Parrish was with them in the studio, and he learned. He was like, "Yo, I know how to do it. I watched my brothers do it. They made it." So he said, "Yo, I wanna go in the studio with y'all. I want to make a record." So I went in the studio with them, and then we did the demo with, you know, It's My Thing, and You a Customer, You Got to Chill, and all of that stuff. So, wow. So that's how I got in the game. Like I didn't expect to make records. I didn't expect none of this. I was just DJing, but it turned into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely turned into something else.
Just from Eric coming to my parties and ended up being my rapper. You know, and you know I'm back with EPMD. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. I saw the last tour. I saw the last stuff y'all on tour. Yeah.
I've been back with EPMD for 8.5 years. Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's the original form. That's the original recipe right there.
That's and that's why everybody says, "Yo, the shows are phenomenal because when Scratch dropped out, Scratch is a phenomenal DJ. Everybody's like, oh, shows is gonna be trash now, blah blah blah. And then there's people like, yo, don't sleep on Diamond. He is a 5-time battle champion. He is one of the members of the X-Men and Executioners. He ain't no joke. But I don't even think it's just the DJ skill part of it because we're both pretty evenly matched when it comes to skills. But it's the chemistry. You can't you can't duplicate the original chemistry. You know what I mean? Like people have said that. People are like, yo, the shows with you are better. And they're like, yo, no disrespect to Scratch, you know what I'm saying? Because he's phenomenal. But it's the natural chemistry. When I stepped back on stage with them, there was never a rehearsal. It was like I never left. And I didn't DJ for them for 20-something years. Wow. And it was like I never left. So
I guess in a sense, you never left the group, but you never left the stage.
Oh, I never left the stage. Ever.
You never left the stage because some people are like, oh, where's the person EPMD? What have you done lately? And I'm just like, you don't even want to ask that question. That's like a loaded question, you know. And I've had conversations where I be like, oh, I know, man, DJ Diamond. Like, who? I'm like, he's a Diamond artist. I was like, then I run down to the what's it called, the bio, and they're like, oh yeah, the resume. And they're like, oh, but what's we doing right now? I was like, dude, that's a whole nother resume. I can't jump off of that. But I do want to know. So that's your breaking point right there. You're in the game. You're moving around. You traveling the world. I know you got stories. Like every DJ has stories. Where's the book? I'm waiting on the book, the memoir, the tell all, because I know there's got to be enough just tour stories to do like 3 volumes.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one, man.
How many NDAs have you had to sign?
I got a lot. I feel like 21 Savage. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many times is that? How many times? There's a lot. There's a lot of things that I can't really discuss. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even put you in that position. I just want you to be able to say you can confirm or deny. Now, see, I don't have time because of the technical difficulties we had earlier, but we're gonna have you back when you're off the road again.
I didn't know there was a time limit on this joint. Yeah,
no, it's our show. We're not on CBS. We can do it. Our show's normally an hour.
We won't.
We do the fuck we want. That's the beautiful part.
It's the HoodCast, baby.
Yes, man. Like I was saying, I want to put together some.
I had to give you a drop for that one. Hold on.
I want to put together some confirm or deny questions for you. When we go into our next segment, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna have some confirm and deny questions. But before we do that, I want to know. So you go from EPMD, they've got Scratch. What are you doing in between that time? I know you're producing. I know
everything.
Mixtape comedy show. Let's just take a part right there. How did the Mixtape comedy show come about? Because it was so weird. When I heard about it, I didn't know what it was. And once I discovered what it was, you were standing in the middle of it, and I was like, this motherfucker's everywhere. So
yeah, this definitely is your own show, and y'all march to the beat of your own drum because you just jumped from 87 to 2009.
Like I said, we're gonna go back to 10 years old, so we can do a little time traveling here and there.
Yeah. We on some Rick Sanchez, Rick and Morty. You got the portal gun. You know what I'm saying? We just stepped into another time. But mixtape comedy, it was just it was a thing. Started by my really good friend, who I didn't know at the time, but he's a great friend of mine now, Royale Watkins. He started, that was his dream of starting the Mixtape comedy brand. Just a little bit about Royale Watkins. Royale Watkins is one of the first 3 original Def Comedy Jam comedians. It was him, Bill Bellamy, and I forgot the other guy. I can't think right now, but it was just 3 that started out with Russell Simmons. And Royale was one of the 3 that started with him.
It wasn't Bernie Mac, was it?
No. Bernie Mac was years later.
No, Bernie was later. It was I can't remember. So I don't want to dirty up.
I would say years later, but he was later.
But no, we're talking about the first show.
I'm talking about the very first episode. I'd have to go back and look. But so Royale's been in comedy even before then. But I mean, he's been popping since then. But a lot of people don't know him because a lot of times he falls back behind the scenes, and he produces big shows and he writes for like big TV shows. He moved to Connecticut for 2 years to write for a sitcom. He does things like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's very big in the game. So it started with Royale. It started with Royale having a conversation with Anthony Anderson, saying, "Hey man, let's do something." And Anthony was like, "All right, fuck it, let's do something." I'm saying it.
That sounds about right.
They did something. they started this thing called Mixtape Comedy, and it was in New York because at the time Anthony was filming Law and Order. So, and Law and Order was a New York-based show, and so he was kind of living in New York. And they had 3 DJs before me. They did 3 episodes because it's a monthly show. And it was they had 3 episodes before me, 3 shows before me. Right. And Anthony fired all of the DJs because they was trash to him. So so somebody had ended up connecting the dots, saying, yo, you got to try this guy Diamond because Diamond's phenomenal and blah 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 blah. And they were like, well, we heard that before, but we'll try him out. You know what I'm saying? It was like that type of thing. You know, I ended up making the show, and the crazy thing is, now my memory's coming back. Mixtape Comedy is always on a Sunday. It's on the 3rd Sunday of the month, always. My mom passed away on the 3rd Saturday of the month. Wow. She died the day before Mixtape Comedy.
Before the first show, when you were supposed to be there.
The day before, literally before my first show at Mixtape, she passed away, and I tried. I'm not gonna lie, I tried to get someone to fill in for me. You know what I'm saying? At the last minute, but it just didn't work out. And I was like, man, my mom lived for stuff like this. It would be disrespectful if I didn't go and do what I do. You know what I'm saying? So
that's real.
So I went there, and rest in peace to my big brother Kango Kid, because Kango Kid was there, and he had told him, he was like, yo, man, his mom's just passed away yesterday. Like, I'm shocked that he's gonna be here. So I made it, and I did what I do, and 14 years later, I am the official Mixtape Comedy DJ.
Yeah, man, I know when we came through there, you showed us a lot of love. Like, I've always been appreciative of the fact that up and coming artists, if the talent was there, you gave it an opportunity, and I appreciate that. Just like personally, thank you.
We had Fred the Godson. We had a lot of people like before they popped. You know what I'm saying?
I know that was a launching pad. He is a launch pad for artists.
Right. And of course we have notable artists also close the show as well, like people that can, sell out, places with that whole 10,000 people. We have that too, but we also, give like the new bubbling artists a platform as well, man. So it's just dope. It's a dope variety show. You know what I'm saying?
I know that I came twice and I laughed my ass off. Like, I think I can't remember who was Capone. Capone was headlining. Yeah, that's what you laughing right at. Capone was headlining. And Capone's the kind of comedian, you in the back of the room. I'm in the back, I'm coming from the bathroom. And he's so loud and so boisterous and just so big on the stage. It's like a wave goes across the room when he hits
you ever see Capone's head?
Yeah.
Capone got a gigantic ham hock's head. So how can he not be loud and boisterous? With that big old head, he's like a human megaphone.
Yo, it is. I can't imagine him in Wendy's order, and they probably scared the shit out of somebody. Dude, just his whole, like they say it with your chest, like his face like he about to have a stroke when he really gets worked.
Right. Yeah, them veins start popping.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, they're gonna have to call an EMT in here if this dude don't slow down. He was lit too. That's when I was like, okay, this is definitely something different. Yeah, I have been to comedy shows before, but the Mixtape Comedy Show, if you're in New York City, the 3rd Sunday, make sure go through, check out Mixtape Comedy Show with the one and the only DJ Diamond, the artist. Now, we're going to pull out
you know what? Actually, our next, I haven't been to a few of them because, like I said, my tour schedule is crazy. I'm flying, you see me, I'm on planes, 2-3 times a week normally. But I'm actually going to be back at the next one, which is on it's not this Sunday, the next Sunday. It's March 19th. Which is the 3rd Sunday of the month at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. And we're doing 2 shows that day. We're doing a 7 p.m. show and a 9:30 p.m. show. And co-hosting the show that night, because he's in town, is D Nice.
Oh, so, that was D Nice.
Yeah, so it's already going to be the whole club quarantine. The CQ fam is in the building. Mixtape fam. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts and bolts.
It's going to be bananas. G-Mac, we have to try to find a way down to that joint.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I know. Can we get advance tickets on that? Can I put me on the list? It's 1985. Put me on the list.
I'll be honest with you, brother. I believe the show sold out. Both of them.
I'm sure the minute your name D Nice went up on the board, it was like whoop, no tickets available.
It was
I
crazy.
got to sneak in through the kitchen. I'm used to that. That's all.
We got to figure this up now.
All right. Now, let's go back because I know, like I said, I jumped from the 80s to the 2000s.
Right.
You EPMD scratching with them now. You off doing your own thing. Where do you go from there? And what is that transition like from behind EMP to now you're the man in front of your own thing?
Right after EPMD, I actually worked with another brother who's unfortunately resting in peace, Craig Mack. I actually produced Craig Mack's first record. So I don't know if you know that, but not on Bad Boy. Before he was called Craig Mack, he was called MCEZ. And I got him a deal on Sleeping Bag Records. I produced this record for him called Get Retarded. I produced a couple on, but the biggest one was called Get Retarded.
Did not know that.
Yep. And that ended up being like a cult hip hop classic. I mean, you know the record if you hear it, it's the one that goes zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah, that's me on the record.
I didn't know it was Craig Mack.
Yep, that's Craig Mack. He used to be called MC Easy. The name of the group was MC Easy and Troop. Troop was his DJ, and I was the producer.
When Flavor in Your Ear came out, I really thought that was the first discovery of Craig Mack. Yeah, I did not know that was him back in the day.
Nope, definitely was not. That's how Craig ended up meeting Alvin Toney. May he rest in peace. Damn, man, so many of my brothers is gone. But rest in peace to Alvin Toney. Alvin Toney met Craig because Craig was on Sleeping Bag and EPMD was on Sleeping Bag. And Alvin Toney is the one who got Craig to Puff to get the deal on Bad Boy.
Wow.
And just a little, in case you don't know who Alvin Toney is and you don't know his history, without Alvin Toney, we may not have had a Rakim. Because Alvin Toney, see what I'm saying? Like that man has history. Alvin Toney is the one who got Rakim to Eric B. Because it could have easily been Freddie Fox, but Freddie Fox didn't answer the door because Alvin went to Freddie's house first. But Freddie either wasn't home or he just didn't feel like answering. You know, Bumpy Knuckles, you know how he is.
Yeah, he's on his own schedule.
Right. So Alvin went to Freddie's house first, knocked on the door, and this is back then before cell phones and all of that. This is yo, you home, nigga? Yo, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. Yeah. So. But Freddie Fox, he didn't answer the door. So Alvin said, yo, I know another dude. I don't know him that well, but he nasty. Come on, let's go to his house. They went to Rakim's house. Rakim answered the door like, yo, what up, God? What good, bro? You know what I mean?
That sounds like the right there.
Right. So he answered the door, and then that's the rest is history. Now you got the God MC from Wyandanch, Long Island. Thanks to Alvin Toney bringing him to Eric B.
And thanks to Freddie Fox for not answering the door. That's crazy.
Bang, bang.
Do you think he would have ended up at Rakim's house anyway? Maybe he'd have talked to Fred and then went to Rakim's house, or because Fred didn't answer, who would have got Fred and was like, "We good," and kept it moving, jumped in the car and booked out. That's like drunk history. That's something you really want to know. It's like one of them what ifs. It's like an episode of What If.
But the way Freddie Fox rhyme style is, he would have made dope records, but he wouldn't have changed the game. Rakim was, even MC Shannon spoke about it. Like him and MC Shannon and Marley used to laugh at Rakim because they recorded his records in the studio. Marley wouldn't even record Rakim. If you want to get like real about it, Marley wouldn't record. He wouldn't track Rakim's vocals. He was like, yo, this guy's whack. I'm not messing with him. He would not track. Marley would not treat. Marley made Shan record Rakim. Marley used to try to coach Rakim and tell him how to rhyme. This is real talk. This is not a made up story. This is like real.
On, man. Right now, you taking me down a black hole right now. I just can't imagine a world where somebody heard Rakim and thought he was whack.
Damn, you could fact check this. You could fact check this.
I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, that's why you here. I believe you.
So Rakim, when he did his lyrics in the studio, he brought the mic into where he was sitting and he sat down and rhymed. And everybody was like, yo, what's wrong with this guy? What is he doing? Like, but again, listen to his style and listen to his flow and listen to how he articulates his words and listen to how he does everything as a strategic chess move. Everything in life with him, chess move. So this was how he wanted his music to be relaxed and calm, like how he was, but still have meaning and force behind it, but not with the, I'm coming with the vibe. He wasn't that dude. He was like, yo, check out my melody, my regard, but yo, it's the R. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whole other thing going. So yeah, yeah, man, this. You might want to interview me 6 times, man. I got a lot of knowledge in this game.
I'm like, dude, I've been around so many people, I never heard that story. Did not know that twist of fate as far as Freddie Fox and Alvin Tony. I did not know that. I did not know that. So, so now you're on Sleeping Bag. You produced the record for Craig. It does what it does.
Yep. You
go on producing from there. You back DJing. What is Diamond doing for a living at this time?
Well, the production. I was making money for that, and I'm still DJing. I'm still doing parties and clubs and all of that stuff too. But I caught the bug to up my skill level at that time, and that is how I became, eventually a member of the X-Men, the original X-Men, and the Execution DJs. For some, it was a chance encounter through Diamond Shell, which was Biz Marquis's brother, and it was Diamond Shell who was going to college at Farmingdale University in Long Island, and he said, "Yo, there's this DJ up there that is unbelievable." And I was always the nicest dude in the neighborhood. Not because I was trying to be. It's just, I was. It was between me and Caleb Boss, my big bro, who is now known as DJ 4-5. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We were like the top of the food chain, and nobody could really see us. So, and Diamond Shell was always talking about this dude, man, Richie Rich. It's like, yo, Diamond, you gotta see him, yo. You gotta see him. And I was like, all right, yeah, I go up there. I check the guy out. I'm sure he can't be all of that impressive. Yo, dude, I went up there and my head almost popped off of my neck when I saw Richie was that nasty. I was like, damn. I thought I was nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this guy is incredible. So once I saw him, I was like, you know what? I got to get better. I was like, because I never put no effort into it. It was just natural. I never tried before. I never ever practiced. No, I had battles and I beat the people around me. So it wasn't even like, but I never met, this was a Shogun master.
Right.
I never went up against Show Enough. I was Bruce Leroy, but I was beating up regular dudes. Show Enough. Right. You know what I'm saying? He had the red glow and everything. I was like, wait a minute.
They got the glow.
Right. But I was blessed to become good friends with Richie Rich, who's also known as Daddy Rich, who's third bassist DJ, just so you know who I'm talking about. And he took me under his wing, man, and he showed me a whole lot. And he always said, yo, Jay, because back then it was still Diamond J. He's like, yo, Jay, man, like you one of the nicest DJs I've seen. I'm like, how are you saying that to me? He's like, yo, you have more raw skill than I've ever seen anyone with. He's like, you just do things very awkwardly, because I was kind of self-taught. You know what I'm saying? Like, my brothers had the turntables, but I really taught myself. Like, when they was at work and school, I was just doing my thing and just figured out a way to make it work. So he was teaching me, like, he's like, all of this stuff you're doing, now, if you move your hand like this and change your position, kind of like a tennis coach. You know what I'm saying? Like how to hold the racket and stuff. He was like, watch how much faster you'll be and blah, blah, blah. Because you're already as fast as me doing it weird. If you do it the correct way, blah, blah, blah. And, he trained me. And it was because of him that I entered battles and I ended up beating everybody, ultimately in the country.
So, I mean, how is that DJ battle circuit like? I mean, I always seen the rap battles and I see the beat battle, and the beat battles have become a thing now and really growing out. But that DJ battle circuit, it looks excruciating running around the country like it is. Like knife fighting with everybody in town that got turntable.
It's tough, man. It's just like anything. It's just like boxing. Like, you know how many big brolic dudes, can knock people's heads off, but there's only 1 to 5 people in that class every year that becomes a contender for the title.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same thing with DJing. There's tons of us that's super nasty, but it's only a good 5. It's only like a good handful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
that are those contenders to beat everybody in this entire nation. You know what I'm saying? So, and luckily I was one of them. You know. So
is the community still going strong like that as far as the battles?
Absolutely. It's just not. It's not commercialized. I mean, you know, commercialized is stupidness, nonsense. You know, mumble life. That's just, you know,
right.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, like they have I see those smack videos. They used to have those back in the day with the
rap
battle, but I never really saw it take off to that extreme with the DJs. Was it because the DJs too busy?
No, it's super huge, but it's just not. You know, America is capitalism, and America is thievery. And America is anything that's great, we're going to figure out a way to dumb it down to make sure that they can do it too. And once everybody can do it, it's business. You know what I'm saying? It's just a numbers game with these labels. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want talent. They just want numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole other thing with this going on. But if you want real hip hop, if you want real hip hop culture and real talent, you got to go to Europe. You got to go to Asia. You got to go to those places because that's where.
Yes,
it's all thriving over there. Over here, you got that's what you got over here. Over there, you have hip hop. Make no mistake, hip hop lives greatly in Europe, in the European and the Asian.
Ain't that crazy? Start over here.
Yep.
So and you think that, and you think the capitalism that exists in our system is what really kind of killed the thriving of the culture in a commercial way?
Bro, labels destroyed hip hop. Period. Labels destroyed it. First, now let me tell you why. Okay, I made this record. I dropped this record about maybe 5 years ago. I didn't drop it like for commercial appeal. You won't find it on Spotify. You won't find it on none of the DSPs. I dropped the record. I shot a video, and it lives on YouTube. It's called Respect the DJ. If you see this chain,
I seen it. I was looking for something for yours. And I'm like, I seen
so it. I did this record because I was completely fed up with the whole state of the DJ situation. When I found out Paris Hilton was getting $100,000 to do these parties, and she don't barely know how to press play on the premix that she has, I was like, yo, this is just too disrespectful to the craft that I put the 10,000 hours into, that so many people work for, that try to preserve the integrity of. I just had to get some things off my chest. So I made this record called Respect the DJ for that reason. Whoever wants to go check it out, it's on YouTube. All my social media on everything is at DTA Experience. You just put DTA Experience, my YouTube channel come up, you can see it, and you just listen to the words I'm saying in the record. I put that out because it all started from labels. Remember, it used to be Cash Money and Marvelous, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Cool G Rap and Polo, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and and the list goes on.
Right.
Like the DJ was a part. The DJ was the main unit at one point.
Foundation, right.
Foundation, right. And the labels was like, we got to break this up. We can't have unity and camaraderie. We can't have that. So we're just gonna focus on the person that sings or raps or whatever. And you don't need the DJ to sign this contract. You could deal with him outside. And what does that do? That's less people that the label got to pay. You know what I'm saying? And it's also less of a chance that you got somebody in their ear that matters. Because if I'm not signed to a contract, I can tell you all types of stuff. Yo, this is fucked up. This is whack. This is blah, blah, blah. But I'm not on that paperwork. So I can't really cause no problems to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it all began. That's where the demise of the DJ started, was from the original record labels moving the DJ out, saying that this is not important to your success. You just need them to press play on stage so you have someone playing your music. And that's all you need them for.
That's what they thought, because they didn't know the essence of hip hop. They didn't care.
Right.
But yeah, exactly. Just didn't care. So you kind of touched on something.
Right. Okay.
You kind of touched on something. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm listening.
No, you kind of touched on something, but I've always had this discussion: the difference between a DJ, such as yourself, and then the person that kind of pushes buttons that shoots out bubbles and T-shirts and
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Pink rainbows and shit.
And I know. Like right now, you were kind enough to do the show from your controller, so I know you know the modern technology for entertainment.
Speaking of buttons,
right? But I mean, where do you draw the line when somebody's like, "Wait a minute, you a DJ or you play records?"
You know what? I draw the line. I do not shun technology. I don't run from technology because technology is dope. And you know, I come from the adage of either you keep up or you get left behind, and I don't want to ever get left behind.
That's my guy.
So,
right
but of course, but now the flip side is use technology as an advancement, not as a crutch.
Gotcha.
That's the fine line that I walk. Like, okay, I won 5 battle championships, right? I won them all with vinyl, with analog, regular vinyl. When I got to the point to where, okay, we got cue points, I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh shit, buttons. Okay, I can get there faster and do this more. Oh wow, the record won't even skip if I do this. Oh, this is crazy. All right, cool. So the technology, you know, back then they already said, you know, I don't say this about myself, but it's been said that I was a dope DJ. All right. Mm-hmm. So if I was a great DJ back then, with the implementation of technology, I've now become a phenomenal DJ because everything that I dreamt about and I imagined that was defied the laws of physics, I can now do. You know what I'm saying?
Technology.
Because of technology. So I'm not mad at it.
But it's still a skill set, though. I mean, you still have a genuine skill set. It's not being carried by technology.
You can take all the buttons away from me and I can still do my thing.
You just need electricity.
Right. Then I got 2 hamsters that run on a wheel, so if electrical. But
you got a little guy in a cart that's trying to just run it.
Right, exactly. But then you have the DJs that, you know, that the ones that anger me because they don't want to put in their 10,000 hours. They want to put in 10 hours and then be on stage. Right. And the sad part is that, again, back to the labels, making sure everything was so dumbed down that now a lot of them can get on a stage after 10 hours. They just need to know how to press the button to play the song.
Right. Press a button and move the fader.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen them on Instagram. I've seen them on all the social media platforms. It'd be some, and it's no disrespect to ladies, but I see quite a, you know, bikini. She's doing straight up doing a pole thing, which this is a serious thing. Like with the ropes wrapped around, she's suspended. It's supposed to be DJing. Mm-hmm. No headphones on, spinning around, and she's just like swiping at the mixer, and I'm just like,
it's the worst.
It's the worst. It's like Cirque du Soleil with turntables in front of you.
It's the worst.
And they got nothing to do with it. Now, we're gonna take a break. We gotta take a break and play some music. When we come back, I want to ask. We're gonna. I'm not gonna speed through it, but I want to go. I'm gonna jump in the time capsule and move up again.
All right.
Move up again. I'm definitely want to have. And like I said, I know you signed some NDAs, so I gotta temper my questions. I gotta temper my questions. But we're gonna play some music.
Watch this nigga, Diamond. Watch this nigga.
No, that's my boy. I would never blindside him. All right, let's play some music. We come back with the legendary DJ Diamond, the artist.
It's just Diamond the artist. I dropped the DJ off of my name many moons ago. So it's just Diamond the artist.
Yep. We'll be right back, world.
The HoodCast.
Yo, Gully Squad. Well, you don't know, big bad and cold. Man like praise and black up pain on your soul. How will them I deal with? Bad man them cold. How we them can't fall. And why this bit? Them have got tongue low. What it on DC, VAMD, DMV. They don't know what's how we with them envy.
So talking about, man, you know what I'm saying?
Ready, praise.
A first August
niggas cue up the church organ. All you fuckboys better prepare for the earth scorching. Y'all don't believe in science no more, y'all all whores. For Instagram likes, y'all niggas are all fours. I say nah, my nomenclature alone make phonies hate ya. One titty, I knew then I was a freak by nature. Rage, what up? Beat hot, my nigga, I'm loving it. Pen touch it, heavy verse, harder than covenant. On God, these niggas Wu-Tang, they boo things. Marion Anderson, about to show my true range. Smooth Ruger, scoop your best bitch in a blue Uber. Threesome, me and her friends, you between two Rugers. Cacao, I don't mean that chocolate bean neither. Cops always trying to give us chocolate king fever. That's the real COVID, we know what y'all work for. We sideline you niggas like turf toe.
We go by food, massive and people. Grease and block of people, there's no equal. Them a me too. Them can't walk in a way room by the wind. Them a go get cancer.
We coming through like boom. Guess who stepped in the room? Ow, you don't even know my style. Lord have mercy.
Woo, never heard of them. We a smart one from DC. Never heard of them.
Best believe everything I spit in the booth matters. You in the game spitting at shoots and ladders. We not the same, here's proof for data. Oratory like morning glory. Paper make knock 3 at the buzzer like Robert Ory. Oh damn, all hands on deck. King man elect respect when I'm on mic check. Like I want to Marcel and Marseille. I get biz, plus I'm like the finest of all grapes. R.I.P. big bro, my big toe on him. Want him, I'm like a legend to yellow backs like the forum. Little niggas can't beat straight and what my state. You medium rare in the middle, fuck up out my face. I say grace before I charm squads. Oh God, that's my witness. Pull your luck alarm, Planet Fitness like ow. You don't even know my stizzy. Priest I know man, I'm blocked, I get busy.
Big up all crew, massive and people. Grease and block of people, there's no equal. Them a me too. Them can't walk in a room by the wind. Them a go get concealed.
We coming through like boom. Guess who stepped in the room? Ow, you don't even know my style.
Lord have mercy. Woo, never heard of them. We a smart one come DC. We heard of them. We spit well lit, we fling them. Hey, to you we a bring them. And in the ear everywhere does swing them. You can't lose if you win them. Spell them, we spit well lit, we fling them.
Preach the no man.
To you we a bring them. And in the ear everywhere does swing them. Can't lose if you win them. Yes.
Exhale on the ganja smoke. On God bless Aaliyah, my squad came to rock the boat. You so platinum, now you opening up. Yeah, so fuck the industry, it's the culture for us. Jay said it, we forgot what we came for. It's paid for. That's why my first ticket to the depths like Namor. Underground is the movement. Collection plates poison the pulpit. Throw your hands up for that true shit.
Massive and people, grease and block of people. There's no equal. Them a me too. Them can't walk in a room by the wind. Them a go get concealed.
We coming through like boom. Guess who stepped in the room? Ow, you don't even know my style. Lord have mercy.
Woo, never heard of them. We a smart one come DC. We heard of them. We stay no man block up here and drop up. Any boy talk and them with him back up. Well like them smart, them boy a get clap up. Tell them they boy this high and them drop up. All them a chat up, why them can't stop up. Tell them the truth and them can't this not up. Priest, I will never say my yo, that's how I do it. And the boy this get dissect and delete. How we with them can't defeat. We bad pan any beat. We kill them and that's how we do it. Energy release. Yeah man, I'm black and red. Priest it out man, respect me G.
Yes. We have Return World, HoodCast 334. Third and final segment, baby. We're here. Before, hold on. Ooh. Before we get back to our special guest, the legendary Diamond Artist. We put him over here because we don't need bigs over there. If you would like to get your music played or your videos, MP3, MP4, original, please send it to us, thehoodcast@gmail.com, and we will hopefully be able to put it in rotation. Now, back to the T.
Back to the T. Now you got that controller in front of you. You got that controller in front of you. I don't think you just brought it as a prop, did you?
Right.
No. You know, I got some effects going on up in here.
I didn't book you on the show to ask you to work, but since I can't afford to have you come play at my crib,
Sneaking in on me.
I thought maybe if you just, if you was so inclined to turn them on, I don't know, if the urge hits you, I don't want to impede upon your time.
I should have seen the setup coming. I should have seen it coming.
Freestyle ain't free.
That's one thing that separates. Cause see, I feel that you're a brother like me. That's one thing that separates brothers like us from the world, because we're ready for anything. Oh shit! Damn, I'm finna do this interview. I'll just go on. I already got something set up.
See, that's the coach.
We ready for everything, baby.
I mean, we got diamond artists here. I mean, there's no way. It's so funny too. It's so crazy. The true artists. I mean, through the course of the interview, it's like jokes, impressions, stories. You should get like the Bill Cosby himself tour and just go out on the road. Don't even take turntables. Just get a mic, chair.
Well, I've been doing a lot. Well, not exactly that, but I've been doing a lot of hosting gigs lately. A lot of like I'm one of the official DJs at a DJ/host for the I Love the 90s tour. So, and that's a fun tour to be on, man. That's how we out there with like Color Me Bad and Rob Bass and Tone Loc and Young MC and Vanilla Ice and CNC Music Factory and
Word.
Man, the list goes on, man. It's dope. It's dope.
That does sound like a 90s radio just on constant rotation right there.
Yeah. So I host a lot of shows like that. Sometimes art of rap, and sometimes well, obviously I co-host a show on Rock the Bells.
That's what I was waiting to get to. So now they can catch. It's hard for the world to catch up, for us to catch up with you and pin you down somewhere, but I know they can catch you on Sirius Satellite Radio.
Absolutely, yeah. Channel 43, Rock the Bells, man. I'm on 5 times a week, man. We got a show called Planet of the Tapes. My partner, myself, my partner Geechee Dan, and man, it's I tell people all the time, it's you ain't gonna find a show like this on regular radio. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's very different and very unique. We focus on a lot of things that happened before hip hop got commercialized.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And being fortunate enough to be from New York and to be in the Mecca capital where it all came from, we got to hear the tapes and experience it as it was going. Even if you were too young to be at park jams, it was always a tape of the jam that we got to hear, and so on and so forth as a little kid. But Sirius is all of North America. You got people in Utah that never heard or experienced a park jam. And they love us, man. The feedback I get off of the show is incredible. They're like, wow. It's like we heard about, they touch on it a little bit in movies, but you guys are actually helping us live this. And we get thanked. We get thanked so much for the show that we put on, man. And that's why I tell people, it's worth the subscription. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of
the subscription.
Yeah,
how do you balance your time though between the road and then the show 5 times a week? You sleep on the plane?
No, you absolutely just said it. You just said it. Like that's the balance of the time. Like literally, I'm on stage, I'm rocking. I do what I do. I thank the crowd, God bless and good night. I'm finding my driver. I'm back to the hotel, and I'm flipping up the laptop, and I'm working. I'm working on the show.
You got your private jet, don't
you? You said that's your private jet. Well, I mean, I know you can do that show from anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of technology now. You can do that show from anywhere in the world.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's a lot to do this show because it's gathering the content, and it's also making the content radio ready, as radio ready as possible. I'm dealing with tapes from 1973 on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why this show is like, you ain't gonna hear nothing like this, because my partner Geechee Dan, he's the one who got the tapes, and I'm the one who got the radio knowledge to make it happen. So we come together like Voltron, you know what I'm saying? And we decide
understood.
What the topic.
You're not just playing music, y'all are like digging through the archives. They're like
I do FM mix shows in my sleep. That's the easy part, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just records and me rocking. I do my mix shows. My mix shows, if it's a 1 hour mix show, it takes me an hour and 30 minutes to do. It takes me an hour to do the show, and then it takes me to 15 to 20 minutes to make sure it's EQ'd for the radio and render it and then email it. So it's an hour and a half of my time. One of these shows, the Planet of the Tape shows, can take me up to 15 hours, literally just for a 1 hour show. You're like
a archaeologist. You're like digging up and putting together the bones of the old.
I'm co-hosting, DJing, and producing the show, and the producing also entails restoration.
See, G-Mac is really appreciating this right here, now.
I'm doing tape restoration too. Like I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this Planet of the Tape show. Like literally.
I'm not tapes. What time is it on and when?
Tuesday nights at midnight on the East Coast. 9 p.m. on the West Coast. Then we come on.
Y'all get on there.
Yeah, and then we come on again on Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. East Coast time, 2 a.m. West Coast time. Then we come on again on Saturdays at 11 a.m. East Coast time, 8 a.m. West Coast time. Then we come on Sundays on right. You know what? I just tell people, just follow me, man. You follow me for the schedule.
Follow for the schedule, right?
At DTA Experience, man. Just follow me.
So now you're doing Rock the Bells. Before you got there, though, you were but still are. I would say one of the most notable behind the scenes, man, as far as touring, the artists you stood behind. That to me is you got a lot of impressive stuff on your resume. But I know to work with the caliber of people you work with, though, it's more than just talent.
Oh yeah,
because everybody don't let everybody in their circle. That's why I say when I asked about the NDAs. So just to mention a few, tour DJing for Beyonce.
Yeah, man.
How crazy is that?
It was crazy as her song "Crazy in Love."
Hey.
He had to think he was like NDA. Let me run down the list. What can I say?
I got with the whole Beyonce camp and situation right when she was getting ready to do her first tour, so it all worked out. You know what I'm saying? So literally, and the one thing I could say about about my life, and I'm kind of proud of it, is the fact that every gig that I've ever had, every job that I've ever had in my life, I've always been the best person for the job.
Okay.
I've never had, that's my man, and my cousin is the director of this.
Right. What a nepotism type of thing. Right.
I've never in my life, I've never had any gig like that. Every gig I've ever gotten, and I stand on this, every gig I've ever gotten has become because I've been absolutely, beyond the shadow of a doubt, the best person for the job. Like Beyonce was no different.
Nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah, Beyonce was no different. I had to audition for that. I went up against, I don't know, there was like 20 something DJs, whoever from around the country. I had to go up against them and do what I do, and I got it.
Craig, you smashed their ass.
Same thing with with the P. Diddy show, with the MTV Making the Band. I waited online with 3,000 people. And this was after I made records. This was after Prince. This was after all of this stuff. I waited online just like everybody else. Went up against all the DJs around the country, and I got the gig.
And it had nothing to do with the fact that you've already been a DJ for Beyonce and always been a DJ for Prince.
No, I got with Beyonce after the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was with Prince before that, but nobody knew that because I went under an alias. Remember, my original name was Diamond J back then.
Right.
When I got to the band, I just became Diamond because I didn't want nobody to know. See, favoritism could have went both ways. They could have been like, "Oh, I know you. I heard of you. This kid is dope." Or it could have went the other way. I could have rubbed somebody the wrong way. That might have been behind.
The industry get real small on you real fast.
Right. Yeah. And they could have been like, "Oh yeah, I know that. Don't fuck with him." I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't want none of that. I didn't want a chance of either way. So I just went in under the alias of Diamond. That's it. So
you were like one of those rock stars kids that don't want their parents that don't want the nepotism because they Will Smith's son or some shit. So
right.
You're like Denzel Washington's son and whatnot. You don't want nobody to hire you just because of who you're related to.
You want to make it on your own steam.
That's honorable, man. I'm telling you, I have to say I don't think it's too many people that would have the strength to do that. In this day and age, I think most folks gonna grab every straw they got and they're gonna run with it, even if whether it was good or bad for them.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. If you got a cousin somewhere, I'll take the favor. I ain't had that yet. I want to know what it feels like to walk into a cushy position and just walk right in. I would like to know what that
call
feels
my uncle over at CBS. Hey, I got a guy. I got a guy over here. I know a guy. I got a guy. I know a guy.
I'd like to experience that even just once. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Don't worry, Diamond. This $1 million check here. Just take it. You're good.
There you go. Don't worry about it. I'll see you lunch. Get a steam. It's okay. Yeah. You know what? That's how everybody imagines the entertainment industry is, but I haven't heard too many of those stories. I heard a lot of stories like yours. People who last really had to crawl and scrape for it. It wasn't just handed to them.
Exactly.
It wasn't handed to them. It's like this business is not even designed for people who are looking for an easy handout.
Right.
You're looking for an easy ride. That's not the business for you. You know?
But there's a flip side. There are a lot of people that get the easy ride, and that's why a lot of A&R should have been fired.
Wow.
A lot of A&Rs was giving out the record deals to the people that, they was okay, but there was somebody that was way doper that they could have signed. But, they signed this one because it could have been somebody's cousin or that was their man, or they could have just got a crazy kickback from the deal. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's when the game got horrible because the gatekeepers, because the A&Rs are the original gatekeepers before the executives, the A&R was sifting through to see just how much they could get, not who is the best product to bring to marketplace, but what's the most I can get from this? How can I capitalize? It's capitalism.
Right. So you're touching on a lot of points. See, interviewing you is easy. I don't need no probing questions. I just toss the lob and you dunk that motherfucker like it's so easy. Must be like Jordan. Yeah, just like when Jordan had Pippen, he was like, just toss this thing. He'll get it. I got to work too hard for it. Because you really touched on something about the difference in that A&R executive consumer artist, like those layers between. Of course, the game's changed, and I don't want to be able to sound like, oh, back in the day it was this and it was that, but it's still a disconnect between the artist and the consumer. Although you can do the straight to, independent YouTube, whatever. Can you talk about that? Like, what kind of twists and turns are the industry doing to the artist? And all I hear, and I used to hear all the time, the label screwed me, the label screwed me. People don't even say the label screwed me anymore. That's out of the conversation. They just say like, we're not getting our money. Right. Producers are screaming, we're not getting our money. Writers are screaming, we're not getting our money. Yeah. Streaming is like, we're getting all the money.
And the crazy thing is Drez from Black Sheep, my brother Drez, he has a lawsuit, I believe. I don't know. It might be a class action suit. I don't know exactly how it is, but he has a lawsuit. I actually have record deals before, but none of my albums ever came to fruition. None of them, they never got off the shelf. They never saw the light of day. So I wouldn't really be a candidate to be involved with that. But if you have record deals prior, you should really contact Drez, man, and become a part of this lawsuit, because at the end of the day, DSPs like Spotify and so on and so forth, they dictated what they're going to pay you per stream. And that's not right. You're supposed to negotiate that.
And what I understand from the crust of it, I saw an interview with Drez when he was kind of breaking it down, and he was talking about basically when he signed his contract was for him to get a certain percentage of revenue. But then the streaming company the record label went and made another agreement with the streaming company. Now, what he's talking about is the fact that these contracts, they say for, current, present, or future mediums, when your contract. So they were talking about back then, right now, and anything that might show up in the fucking near future or far future. So if that's what we agreed upon, X amount of percentage for me, and now you went and did a negotiation with a streaming platform for my content, and you didn't include me in that negotiation, and now you aren't honoring my original contract for the works that were created. And I when I listen to him, I say he's totally right. You signed a contract where I'm supposed to get, say, $1 a record. Then you went and made an agreement with the streaming for cents, and now you're trying to get me pieces of those cents, but I wasn't even a part of the negotiation. So you basically broke our original agreement.
That's right.
On that master recording.
And
so I'll say the same.
Everyone with a catalog has that right to be a part of that suit. Mm-hmm. I don't say that because I don't have a catalog. I don't have my own catalog yet. I will, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have it yet. So it doesn't really apply to me. But everyone with a catalog needs to be a part of that suit because no one got an opportunity to come to the table.
Right. They didn't get to negotiate that. The label negotiated what was best for, in their opinion, for them.
Absolutely.
Artists, as usual, artists got the short end of the stick. Now, Prince. And I was wanting to say this because Prince he's one of my favorite artists growing up. And,
mine too.
Purple Rain came out. My whole junior high school ever had ruffle shirts and shit.
Shit.
I'm talking about it was Jerry curls. It was the whole works, man. We was Prince crazy around there. Half the school was purple. It was ridiculous. But what was that like? I mean, I can't imagine it meeting an iconic artist, but I can't imagine you being starstruck for as long as you've been in the industry. But what was that like when you first walked into the room and you got the job to work with Prince?
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you. Sometimes in interviews, people ask me like, "What was your greatest moment?" In your career that you could think of, and I got a couple of them now. But the one I always used to go to was kind of like segue into what you had asked. So there was the same thing with Prince. There was an audition process that I had to go through. It came down to two DJs, and I'm very cool with the other DJ to this day. His name is King IXL from Minneapolis, and he's nasty. He's dope. So it was really just a point of who you want, Prince. You want this guy or this guy? We was both dope. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't front on either one of us. Our styles were a little bit different. So I think my style was a little more band friendly, and that's why because I'm the X-Men executioners. We pioneered the funk, with the beat juggling and all of that. So I think Prince, that kind of connected with him a little more. That's probably why I got the gig. You know what I'm saying? But like, again, IXL, he's still nasty. Like if you see him now, he's like, yo, this dude is nasty. He's dope. So got the gig. You know what I'm saying? Fly out to Minneapolis. My first day at Paisley Park. They flew everything. They flew my turntables. They flew like 30 crates of records. This was serious. They flew everything out there.
They moved you out there.
They moved me. Bro, I moved out there for years. I lived out there. Yeah. So, but still, this was just still the test to see if I fit into the, to the equation before, they found me a condo, and all of that. But, so my first day at Paisley Park, just walking through the doors was amazing. It was like I got the golden ticket to the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, am I here? Is this crazy? So
it was surreal, right? It was surreal.
It was like the windmill was like under the cherry moon. Everything was there. It was just crazy. So I'm in Paisley Park, and the back of Paisley Park has a space that's so humongous you could fit a 767 airline plane in there. It's basically an airplane hangar. That's how big. That was his rehearsal space, because when Prince went on tour, he built the entire stage at Paisley Park. So the stage we performed on, we rehearsed on at his facility before it got broken down and flown all over the world. It's crazy.
God,
like,
damn.
Remember, I already made records. I already did, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't never did nothing like this. This was my first major production. Like this. I mean, no disrespect to EPMD or anybody, but I mean, this was not it. This was something.
This is a different level. It's like it's definitely levels to the game.
Yeah, man, this was a whole nother level. So, all right, so I make my way back to the airplane hangar, and I see my turntables up on a riser. And I see the guys, trying to figure out which wire goes where, because they deal with guitar players and they don't know about no turntables or nothing. So I go up there, I'm like, oh no, hold up, I got it. And they're like, no, we're here for you. We're your techs. I didn't know. I never knew what a tech was. I didn't have that. I hook up my own stuff. I'm a DJ. I'm like, nah, don't worry, I got it. So I got my head down, like literally like this, and I'm plugging in the wires and stuff. So I'm reaching over like the back of the mixer, just like this with the wires, and I see these two little yellow, like pumps. Jump up on the riser. And I'm like this. And I look up and I look up like this, and right in front of me was Prince. And he put his hand out. He said, "Man, I'm so glad to meet you. I'm such a big fan of your work." I almost passed out. I swear on everything, I almost passed out. This man is telling me how much of a fan he was of my work. I was like, what? I was like, you lucky I ain't got a thong on, because I might throw it. I was like, I'm a very masculine man, but in that moment, I was like, ow! Yo.
So everybody gets a little weak around Prince.
Man, listen, my knees was clanking. I was like, oh, man, but yeah, man, that was a moment, man. I was like, wow.
Because I always imagine if Prince in the studio just at the crib, he don't walk, he just float across the floor.
Yeah,
he just glide across that shit like a Spike Lee video.
Yeah,
yo, man,
he had that energy, man. He had that energy. He was crazy, man. Crazy. Oh man.
What are you saying, G-Man?
Hey, I'm just thinking. I just got through watching the beginning of David Chappelle's show last week. I can't rest both of this old Charlie Murphy.
God, oh my goodness, rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
He could ball.
Did Prince really play basketball like that?
Blouses.
Hey, remember Jamie Foxx had portrayed her too with the jeans, and he was hooping on niggas.
You know you're real famous when other people are doing characters of you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But yeah, man, yeah, basketball, and that's another thing that we connected on. We didn't just connect on music, we connected on ball, because I was an avid ball player. If I wasn't DJing and scratching and producing music, I was playing ball. That's all I did. I played, I run 8 full court games of basketball every single day. Like that was life. So when I got out there and I realized that the fellas played ball, I was like, yo, let's go. So there was always a half court behind the stage. Like, and we took that on the road with us. So behind the stage, there was always a half. Yeah, there was always a half court. And let me tell you, man, let me tell you about P. P could ball. Prince could ball, yo. He could ball. And the crazy part is, like, and the funny thing is, I tried to tell the hood. You know what I'm saying? I tried to tell the whole hood. And I mean, listen, this the hood podcast right here. So I mean, like, I tried to tell the whole hood that P could play ball, and nobody wanted to believe me when I told them that he played ball, but he ain't never wore sneakers. He always wore his little pumps and his little Prince gear.
Stop it.
Listen, man, don't listen. I gotta get my funk flex on for a second, man. Well, not listen. Well, look, man. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. When I tell you that, Prince's jump shot, real talk. Prince's jump shot was water. If you wasn't right up on him, it was lights out, baby. Like, seriously, he was like the Steph Curry in blouses.
Yo, hey, and the real God bless Charlie Murphy. It's like he explained it just like how Charlie Murphy did. He was like, yo, and then you looked at the pumps and look up. Oh my God.
But here's the thing, yo. I told the hood, all my basketball brothers, I told the hood this same story in the 90s. Dave Chappelle thing came out in the late 2000s or whatever. My phone would not stop ringing when Chappelle did that skit. Everybody thought I sold that story to the Chappelle show. And I'm like, yo, I never met Dave Chappelle. He's one of the people I never had the pleasure of meeting. I love to meet him because he's so hip hop, but I just never, our paths have not crossed yet. So I haven't got to meet the guy. So everybody thought that I told him that story because they remember me telling them that story. I'm like, no, I was telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Prince could ball. and he
In
wore
pumps.
little blouses and pumps and.
He said little blouse.
Yeah, it was
He said little blouses and pumps. Well, I don't care who you are. You getting hooped on by a guy in pumps and a blouse.
Yo.
You ain't telling nobody about that ass whooping. You threatening anybody that saw it.
I'm glad you said that, and this is factual. Well, he had his shoes specially made, so them pumps had rubber soles. He had grip. Right. Yo, he crossed you the whole 9 yards. I'm like, there's no way them things ain't the James Brown. He's a slide right. On the good foot. He wasn't. Them things were specially made. He probably had some made to play ball in it and made to perform so he could do his little dances and the slides and all that. Because there's no way you're gonna cross somebody over with some slippery shoes. Right.
There's a lot of stuff I thought I was gonna hear in this interview. That is not one of them. I mean, I thought you was gonna tell about that time in Paris and something went crazy. And the fact is, like, okay, we heard Charlie Murphy's basketball story.
Yeah,
but the pumps and the rubber sole special mention, that's the only kind of detail you don't
know.
Well,
I'm speculating on that. I can't. That I can't confirm. I can confirm the crossover though. I can confirm that. So, unless he had like magical powers like from Mars or something like that, he had to have some rubber going on.
Oh my goodness! He was not out there in regular church shoes. He wasn't wearing the usher joints.
Listen,
he definitely had some rubber.
Well, the one thing I will say before we move on from the subject is the only thing that was a joke in the Chappelle skit was the pancakes part. He ain't ever made no pancakes after that. But best believe my brother P will bust your ass in some balls. That's a fact. That was a fact.
All right, listen, we gotta take a break. Let's play some music. This show's running. It's gonna be a 2-hour show tonight. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do the last segment with DJ Diamond. G-Mac, you ready?
Yeah, hello. Hey, y'all, we'll be right back, y'all, right after this, man.
HoodTape presents the HoodCast.
Most people never heard of my hometown. I say Milwaukee, they say, oh, Minneapolis. The odds be so stacked in us that even if you visited there, you may not know where you just were miraculously. We have actually been so invisible, it's practically never mentioned in rap's whole biography, but that's about to change. We had the South Bronx, Queensbridge, California, dreaming Milwaukee's a new thing. Hey, from the top, I got to say I had to leave to succeed. I proceeded to be devout, dropped the Holy Trinity with Tennessee. People every day plus window it rekindled. A movement from down south punched the world in its mouth. So said it was just a tap like a sissy slap. Okay, well 20 years out, still headlining tours for sure. Bringing the pure like Whole Foods, no half-stepping, repping the whole route for Milwaukee. I pour a swig for Milwaukee, big ups for my Milwaukee, your mind, you know. Memories of the land from where I began, your mind, you know. I pour a swig for Milwaukee, big ups for my Milwaukee, your mind, you know. Memories of the land from where I began, your mind, you know. Yo, we Detroit and Shy, we all share the Great Lakes. We own up to what being great takes. Also, like Fonzarelli and Laverne and Shirley, we make way for happy days, like they say, doing it our way. Yes, our way. Make all our dreams come true in the city of Brew. I remember my whole crew. Rest in peace, T.A., Rock D, we lost you. Due to barrels of guns that bullets were shot through. Over the weekend, 28 more, keeping the score 24/7 gangs, 2-7 and 2-4. Cause of violence, I began to hate it. I was wishing for Shamir, Shamazo, Hassan Fife Incorporated. Feeling strangled like a Jeffrey Dahmer victim. Pap Schlitz, Miller, and Flats was common tensions. I was on the crush tip with Pinky Juscadero, Milltown. Kept our eyes on the sparrow, that's smile. I pour a swig from Milwaukee, big ups from my Milwaukee, your mind, you know. Memories of the land from where I began, your mind, you know. I pour a swig from Milwaukee, big ups from my Milwaukee, your mind, you know. Memories of the land from where I began, your mind, you know. The ceilings of glass in Milwaukee, There's huge issues of class in Milwaukee, We live in the past in Milwaukee, but it's all that I had, so it's lovely. Summerfest, Applefest, Juneteenth, Little Rock, St. Agnes, 95th, Rufus King, Community Journal on 3rd Street, Ebony Q, and you and me, we all be in Milwaukee. I pour a swig all of Milwaukee, big ups from my Milwaukee, your mind, you know. Memories of the land from where I began, your mind, you know. I pour a swig all of Milwaukee, big ups from my Milwaukee, your mind, you know. Memories of the land from where I began, your mind, you know.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
I'm talking to you, baby girl. You are a queen, let the world see. Baby girl, you're strong enough through all you see. Baby girl, only you can let yourself get let down. Baby girl, we all done broke the same merry-go-round.
I used to disrespect you, I was lost, but now I'm grown. I put it on myself to teach these youngsters when they wrong. Whether cats are grown or they're somewhere in their teens, they cowards if they out here killing, drugging, raping queens, or putting their hands on you. That's not what love is. Don't be out here chasing men that don't even love your kids. You stripping to survive, or you hustling to survive. 3-4 jobs out here making sure your baby stay alive. Stay strong, you can make it. Shake them devils out here faking. It's time to heal our women. It's your world for the taking. Shirley Jackson, April Mills, may you both rest in peace. This song is for my queen out here dying in these streets. My mother, rest in peace. Cousin Dean, rest in peace. I lost my cousin Ebony. She was murdered in these streets. Miss Gaddy, Keisha Truitt, Mama Cheryl, rest in peace. May God bless the families and the kids of the deceased.
I'm talking to you, baby girl. You are a queen, let the world see. Baby girl, you're strong enough through all you see. Baby girl, only you can let yourself get let down. Baby girl, we all done broke the same merry-go-round.
This is my message to my queens, black and strong, raising kings. You're all super women, overcoming anything. We hate you, that's a lie. Keep your head up to the sky. Walk away from any man if all he do is make you cry. This system out to get you, but just know I'm out here with you. Black queens, dry your eyes, let my lyrics be your tissue. Black girl magic, every shade of you is simply classic. Black or brown, light skin, thick or thin, I'm a fanatic. Puffy afros, dreadlocks, or a fade. Twisted, you can perm me, queen, you're fine either way. Our kids need to see the kings and queens unified. No more static, we magnetic, we majestic, eye to eye. Salute to all my queens, God bless the single mothers. Salute to all my queens, married, marching for their brothers. I dedicate this song to my sisters, to my queen. I love you, don't give up, and misrespect sincerely King.
Baby girl, you are a queen, let the world see. Baby girl, you're strong enough through all you see. Baby girl, only you can let yourself get let down. Baby girl, we all done broke
baby girl, baby world, we have returned. We are back. Well, I would say third and final segment, but this is actually the fourth segment.
That's how I go when you got a special guest in the house.
Right? See what I'm saying?
We
have returned world with Diamond the artist.
Diamond's doing something with his hands and that contraption he has there. I'm wondering what's going on. Diamond appears to be touching on that contraption he has over there. I'm wondering what's going on.
Yeah, I was just messing around a little bit while y'all was y'all was I was just a little messing around,
Well, we've been
learn how to scratch one day.
This has been a treat for me, but I got a feeling that it's about to get better. I got a feeling. So
I know y'all are y'all are YouTubing, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We're YouTube and Facebook and Twitching.
Got you. So yeah, I know with like monetization and all of that, you got to be careful with songs that you play. I know you play a lot of independent, artists and so on and so forth.
Right.
I had to look at something that's under the radar, so I could, if you want me to do a little.
Oh snap!
I wouldn't mind if you did a little. Go ahead, player. Do your thing. Do your thing, bro.
Hold on. Can I get my intro one more time?
We about to get the DTA experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the world's most electrifying DJ.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, we don't have to do no more of the show. I can just sit here and watch you do that for the next 10, 20 minutes. Just let it run. I'm about to call some friends over. Hey, I got a DJ. We're doing a party tonight. Don't look at the laptop. Don't pay no attention to the laptop.
No whatsoever.
Yeah, I figured I'd give y'all a little taste. You know what I'm saying? Just a little something.
Clearly, those 10,000 hours paid off. Definitely, my man. Definitely, my man.
I tried my best, man. I tried my best,
dude. I'm like a big fanboy right now because when I first met you, and then I realized before I met you, I knew who you were, but I hadn't met you. Then when I met you, and somebody was like, "You know who it is," and I was like, "Yeah, no." Then they was like, "No, you know," and I was like, "Oh shit!" Then you came over to Al's crib. You came out to Brooklyn, and you reviewed some music for me. It was an artist I was working with at the time, whatever. Mm-hmm. And you kind enough to come. I mean, it was kind of weird because I was like, "Wait a minute, Stu's been around the world. He ain't coming out to Brooklyn." At the first, I didn't know you were from Brooklyn, so it was probably around the corner from your grandma's house anyway. It was just convenient for you. But no, you came to the crib, you sat down, we played records for you, And you did us like a mini A&R. I was just like, okay, that one right there, not that one. That's not, okay. This one, I was just like, this shit is like, I got to be able to put this on a bottle and sell it because you just don't get this. A lot of people go, I can pick a record. I know a hit. I'm like, you make no one, but you never made one, and you really don't play them. But to get somebody who did both and does both,
I've been quite not to cut you off, but I've been quite gifted when it comes to that. I was able to, I don't know, man. It's something I'm pretty good at calling records, and then sometimes I'm horrible at calling records. Like when it comes to today's mumble stuff, some of it goes crazy, and I'm like, I never would have signed this record in my life. So thank God, I'm human, and I know that I'm not perfect, but a lot of time I think I got about a 75% success rate.
Bullshit.
When it comes to calling.
No, I would say I would give you no.
People would say higher maybe, but I try to just keep it like objective. You know what I'm saying? I think 75% of the time I'm pretty much on the mark.
If we could separate the commercial from the quality, I would say on the commercial you say you're 75%, but I know on the quality end of it, this is just being a complete dick around it. I know it's an 89%.
Well, thank you, man.
I know you know the quality of music.
Yeah, absolutely. I
mean, you explained it to me in perfect terms about a record that's gonna have longevity versus a record that's gonna be a splash for a minute.
Well, that again, that's the whole point of a lot of these conversations I'm having about today's music. I'm like, yo, I coined the term. Some people use it now, some people don't, but I call it microwave music. Was what's going on right now. It takes 30 seconds to make, and it lasts for 3 minutes. And for 3 minutes, you're gonna be the hottest thing on this planet.
Right.
Some 2 minutes, but you're gonna be the hottest thing on this planet for a few minutes. But then what? But the cool thing is, though, they're making a ridiculous amount of money in those 3 minutes. So you can be set for life if you're smart. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't Drake, bruh. Drake he makes a lot of the 3 minute records too, but he makes a lot of records that's going to be here 30 years from now. You know what I'm saying? He's an actual artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's the balance. You got to have some balance between that. I mean, I understand in this commercial market, like Chris Brown putting 50 something songs on Spotify.
Bananas. That one.
You know what I mean? I was like, why the fuck would you put that much? Why would you just do 10 a day? And I'm thinking old music industry. He's thinking new music industry streaming.
Right.
The more I got out there, the more revenue opportunities I got.
Right.
That's why I was telling you, Biggs. Content. This is the age of content now.
But I was just like, why would you flood the market? But then I thought about it, I'm like, the kids are a little smarter. It's 8 billion people on the planet.
He don't need that anticipation, like, but it's worried about next. You know what I'm saying? He Chris Brown shit. Anything
on
without
Chris Brown level, on a Beyonce level, like I said, the anticipation is just always floating in the air. It's like fucking water droplets. It's out there.
Right now, I'm right there.
And the ability to make that much quality music. A lot of people can make 50, 60 songs, but I'm talking about quality music. Not just quality and is it good or is it bad, but sound quality.
Right. Well, I mean, the sound is almost like it's okay. Now, a perfect example, my Planet of the Tape show. Even though I still have to do a lot of restoration on each individual tape because some of the things sounded like they was recorded through a baseball glove. It's just it is what it is, man. You cannot know this as a technical dude. You cannot over EQ. Sometimes you got to turn the EQ a little bit and run the joint, render it. Turn it a little bit more, run the joint, render it. Sometimes I might render something 75 times to get it radio enough to sound to translate. Especially this is digital satellite radio. This ain't even FM signal. This is the most crisp signal you're gonna get. So the worse it sounds, the worse it's gonna sound to the people. So I have to go above and beyond for it. But when you get to a Chris Brown level and you're in the studio, it's damn near a template. You're like, all right, we already know what sounds good on Chris. We're gonna use the UA process on him. We're gonna use some of the stuff from the Lunchbox. You know what I'm saying? On his vocals, on his backgrounds, we're gonna split them this way, and it's like a template. He just has to do the vocal performance on the song, and he's Gucci. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, we lost my man.
Yeah, we lost the interviewer, my partner Biggs.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're like, yo, I need to get your ass off for what?
Big
Trying to get him back in here.
Went to the bathroom.
Yeah, he probably went to the shitter.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, he probably went to the shitter.
I gotta take a number 2. That's the first one didn't do it.
It's probably like, hey, he showed like, yo, let's go on commercial break real quick, boy, because when that man goes to the bathroom, man goes to the bathroom.
He probably in there doing like a number 7.
Yeah, I think his something technical difficulties. Yeah,
okay.
Because that was him. So unfortunately, knowing him, he probably would have ran this on 3 hours and he ain't the one missing this shit. Man, me and you understand this shit. You know, once I get out, even though I have to say, my brother, your sound is crystal clear. I won't have to do shit to it, man. Thank you. Hey, that's what I'm saying. When people know what they're doing, they know what they're doing. So it would be an honor, since Biggs, you know, for technical, however, if you will come back on the show.
Absolutely. Day. Yeah, we can do it
at your day, because you know this has been. Yeah, I've been sitting here giggling. You know, I would be tongue twisted talking to you. You know, I mean, someone of your caliber. So I just sit back and let him do all the talking.
Nah, it's all good, man. But yeah, we could definitely do a part 2, man. I'm down for that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I'm definitely down for that.
Before we go though,
sure.
We have a little tradition here that we call random statements.
Okay.
At the end of each show, what we do, the first thing that pop in your head, you just say something, anything. The very first thing that popped in your head, and that'll be your random statement. It don't matter how wacky, just whatever.
You can't have everything. Where would you put it?
Oh snap! That's a good one. Oh snap!
That's my random statement.
Already, brother. Already. Hey, from a legend world. And my random statement is, hold on, let me get, because I got a lot of y'all. My random statement is, world, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Be anywhere that you want to be. All you need is a little elbow grease. Just a little bit of elbow grease. I was gonna say something a little bit more provocative though, but y'all, I'm gonna get a little break this time. Next time, I'm going all out.
My man.
Next time, Biggs, you need to have your phone plugged up, or you need to have something plugged up, son. Don't leave it like this.
That's the word from G Mac the boss. All right, you understand?
Right. World,
the boss man.
Diamond the artist. Thank you, brother, for coming through, man. Thank you, man. This has been an honor for us, both of us. I know I'm speaking for Biggs too. I know he was just talking about it for weeks. Yeah, we gotta get down. We got that. When he said that you confirmed.
Yes, sir, man.
He was big riding for real.
And I'm gonna definitely come back for part 2, man. That's a fact.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So we're finna get up out of here.
And anybody that want to keep up with me and check out my tour dates, and you know, I'm constantly on tour. I'm everywhere. I'm sure I'm gonna come to your town. I'm gonna come to your city, your state, your province, your country. I'm everywhere, man. Every week you see my little airport videos that I do. I'm in the airport 2 times a week consistently for my whole entire life, basically. Ooh. So I'm coming to your town to get down. Keep up with me at DTA Experience on all social media. It's your boy Diamond, the artist, man. I'm very blessed. Thank you guys. Listen, man, I'm from the hood. I need to be on. I need to be back on the hood. You feel me?
Right. And we're gonna have you back. Part 2 coming later, world. Thank y'all, world. And we shall see y'all again this Monday, Thursday. Have a hood day, everybody.
Have a hood day.
Have a hood day.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast. HoodTech presents the HoodCast.